for the people that can't make it. Okay, perfect. Justine, you're the first one on my thing. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay, perfect. All right, so we are gonna dive in. This is gonna be a real quick call, but a super important call. So thank you so much for taking 20 minutes or however long we're gonna be on here out of your Monday night to jump on here. I really appreciate it. That kind of, it shows me and your coaches like this is serious. This is gonna happen for you. So that's awesome. So this call is all about kind of that first goal as a new coach, which is obviously, you know, being your apprentice coach in that challenge group. But then the first like real advancement is becoming an Emerald coach. And that's sort of what I want to go over in this call. Previously, we did some like group trainings for a week or a month, but it came down to the fact that honestly, most people hit it in a week and we didn't really need all that training. Like most of the information could be covered in this 20-minute call. So that's why I kind of converted it to this. So I'm going to flip my screen and I've kind of got a game plan we're going to go over here. Perfect. Justine, can you see that now too? Sorry, I'm calling you out on the spot. Okay, awesome. So we're going to go over these 8 things, and this is sort of basically I narrowed it down like what do you need to know, what do you need to do to hit this first goal. So on the right hand side is that little graphic you kind of see with the emerald by it. So I kind of want you to draw this out on a sheet of paper because this is all you need to be an Emerald coach. It's not that much. So you go on the top and what you need is an active coach on each side. So for myself, my first 2 coaches, actually the first one was my dad, because when I started Shakeology, he actually started drinking all of mine and really liked it. So I'm like, Dad, just sign up as a coach and get your own. So that he was actually my first coach. And my second one was a girlfriend that did a challenge group with me that wanted to start into the business as well. So those were my first 2 coaches. And Beachbody, when they sign up, they should go one on each leg. But if they don't, just see what you can change your placement. If you go to your online office and go to my business and then my preferred placement, you can pick right or left. And that's how you can control which it goes to. But it's usually automatic for your first 2. But just keep track. When somebody signs up, go check what side they're on, okay? All right. First point, Emerald is a decision. Obviously, all of you guys that are on here have made the decision you're going to be an Emerald coach. That one's pretty straightforward. And honestly, talking to a lot of leaders, and it's like, we talk about, okay, what was the game changer to help you go Emerald or Diamond or Ruby? And honestly, it's just a decision. It's just like, this is my goal. I'm going for it. Done. Right? Because if it's kind of just floating around there, you're sort of waiting for it to happen naturally. It might, but who knows when, right? So first of all, decision. Second of all, why even become an Emerald coach? Lots of good things. Okay, so first of all, you are going to start qualifying for what are called leads. So that's basically free customers. So when somebody orders online through an infomercial or through beachbody.com, they're randomly assigned a coach. If they don't request anybody, which on the infomercial, nobody does. And on beachbody.com, nobody does. You go in what's called this lead wheel, and they're randomly assigned to coaches, but only Emerald and above. So that's perk number 1, because those leads, like I said, are free customers, but they also can turn into really amazing coaches because they're already interested in the products and have a belief in the company. So that's perk number 1. Perk number 2, you start getting team cycles. So right now, your income is probably just based off commission, which is totally normal. But once you're an Emerald, you start to get team cycle bonuses. And on our training website, if you haven't checked it out yet, feel free to check it out, or whatever resources your coach might offer. There's some info on becoming Emerald, and there's a video right in there about team cycle bonuses and how those work. But essentially, I promise you, that's where majority of your income is going to come from. I don't sell a lot of stuff because that's just not what I'm interested in. I sell the few challenge packs to my few challengers to hit Success Club each month. And that's honestly it. So it's not a lot of commission. It's more just growing that team and that volume and those team cycles. So those are the two big perks. You start to grow your income through team cycles and you get leads. So, and it's like just the first real step. You get recognition and all that jazz. So those are the perks. All right. Next step. This is probably the most important one, and you're going to write this down along your little picture right here with the two legs, your date. What date are you going to be an Emerald coach? And if you say December 31st, you are crazy. It should be literally like 1 week away, max 2 weeks away. Okay. So whatever is best for you, set that date. 2 weeks away, max. The system resets on Thursdays. So I would suggest like making sure the goal date lines up with like a Thursday. By this Thursday or next Thursday, set that date, write it on a piece of paper, throw it on your mirror, whatever it is. Announce it on this post in our team page, what your date is, so we can celebrate when you achieve it. Okay. So 1 week, max 2. All right. Now, how are we going to get to Emerald? Here we go. Step number 4, making your list. How are we going to do that? So what I specifically do or did basically to, like I said, Emerald was my dad and a girlfriend of mine that was in the challenge group. And then to Diamond was really when I started to develop a list as well. But making a list would involve, I would number a piece of paper 1 to, let's say 15, 1 to 15. And you're going to put on there names of challengers that you've had in the past or currently, names of challengers, and also names of people in your life that you just think would make really great coaches and that you would like to work with and that would just love this opportunity. And I caution you, don't prejudge people. I am guilty of that. I'm like, they'll never want to do this. And surprisingly, they do. And sometimes they're hurt when I finally ask them. They're like, I wish you would have asked me sooner, or I've been waiting for you to ask me. So try not to prejudge people because you never know who is going to be interested in. I just had my best friend sign up after 2 years of me coaching, and she's been thinking about it for a year. So you just never know. So make a list of 1 to 15 people. Those are challengers. Those are people that would make great coaches. List them out, their names. Okay. And then we need to reach out to them. So that means however you're comfortable, whether that be a Facebook message, an email, a text message, a phone call, going on a coffee date. It's really whatever works for you. Some people really love to meet up for coffee. I've got coaches that I swear they're going for coffee all the time with people that are interested in coaching. Whereas myself, I'm in a really tiny town and most of the people I talk to aren't around me. So I usually have to do it through Zoom like this or through an email or jumping on the phone. So that's usually how I do it. And keep it super simple, okay? Nothing crazy, fancy, just explain. The more personal I find I can get about what this has done for me and what I think it can do for them, the more heartfelt and real it is, because it is real. When I go into a conversation, I honestly think this. I think, okay, what has this opportunity done for me? And then I think, does this person deserve to feel as good as I feel after Beachbody came into my life? Does this person deserve to be surrounded by positive people and get happy and healthy? And if you answer no to that, you're really mean. I'm just kidding. But to most people, you'd say, yes, of course this person deserves that. So that's the mindset I would go into those conversations with, because sometimes you might get nervous reaching out to people and just think, they deserve this. And if they say no, not right now, who cares? That's fine. That's why you have a list. Most of the people on my list are people that said no, not right now, and then end up saying yes a couple months down the road. So go into your conversations with that mindset. Couple sentences, invite them, share with them what you're doing, and just go from there. Keep it super, super casual. Keep it real for you. Hey, Susie, if you haven't noticed, I'm doing this cool thing called Beachbody Coaching. I'm basically just working out at home and kind of helping motivate some friends and family. I really think you'd be good at this because I know you're passionate about helping others too. And we could definitely do this together. Like it could be as simple as that. So whatever kind of conversation, draft something up that you want to send out. So you've got a list and you contacted them. All right, not everybody's going to say yes. You're going to save some for later. So if they say no, I usually say, okay, great, no problem. Do you want me to contact you next month when I'm doing a new coach training? And they'll most likely they all say yes. And then you keep them on your contact list for next month. But the ones that do say yes, great. You're kind of going to explain what coaching is to them. If you want to send them a webinar of mine, if you want to invite them to a sneak peek, that's great. And then you just help them get signed up, which everybody does it a bit differently. I've got a step-by-step guide on our training site, but you just help them, basically get them the link, help them sign up, share with them that it's free to sign up with a challenge pack. Always share that option because most people sign up that way. If they previously had a challenge pack, there's a quick form they fill out to get reimbursed that $40. So it's still free to sign up. So you got to walk them through. Oh, sorry about that. So you're going to walk them through how to sign up through the link, just like you'd help them sign up for a challenge pack. And then check your downline. Make sure that you see them in your downline. So just go to your online office sponsorship drill down or my business sponsorship drill down, and you'll see them in there. As your personally sponsored coach, you'll see what leg they're on, all that jazz. So make sure they're on there. Just make sure they signed up, everything's okay. And then your very last step is solidifying your emerald. So basically what I mean by this is once you have your 2 coaches, you're going to officially become an emerald coach, but you don't want to stop there because you can't rely on just 2 coaches. You want to set your next goal. Okay, what do I need for ruby now? Because you want a very solid emerald so you don't have to worry about dropping rank or falling back out of emerald. So you want to set your sights on the next goal. Okay, how many coaches do I need to hit ruby? Because I'll tell you, my dad is still an active coach, but the first girl that signed up with me is no longer a coach. Actually, it's funny because she decided it wasn't for her, and then a year went by and she actually just re-signed back up because she wanted to, now she was ready to do it. So it's really interesting how things play out. But if I would have just been relying on those 2, and she quit, then I would no longer be an emerald coach. So that's why you kind of want to make sure it's solid too. So I did my 15-minute blab. I'm going to open it up. If you've got any quick questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask if you want. Any question is totally okay, as simple as it may be. What? Nobody has questions? My gosh. Usually I think I'm so confusing. I talk so fast and I'm like this and this and this and this and this. But hopefully it's pretty straightforward. Yes, we're looking like it. Okay, hold up your finger if you are going to set emerald goal date 1 week or 2 weeks away. Hold up a 1 or a 2. 1 week or 2 weeks away. Sweet. Oh, Allie commented too. Awesome. Okay. So that is perfect. So basically what you want to do if you've got time tonight, just brain dump a list of people, a list of names. Oh, Emily's going emerald as we speak. Whoop, whoop. Just brain dump that list. And like I said, don't put preconceived notions on people because you just never know who would love to do this. You know how good it's made you feel. So why not pay that forward to others, whether it be they want to actively coach or just for the discount. Lots of discount coaches actually end up actively coaching anyways. But just brain dump that list and then kind of game plan your week. Because sometimes if you've got time to message your whole list all at once, do it. Go for it. But if you know your week is sort of busy, kind of plan it out. How many people are you going to message per day? Okay. And then, what time are you going to make sure you set aside to get back to them, right? Because you don't want to message them and then not respond for like a week. They're going to totally forget about you. So make sure you keep that conversation going. And sometimes jumping on the phone with them is a lot quicker than back-to-back emails or conversations on Facebook. Jump on the phone with them one evening for 15 minutes. It'll, if you want to achieve your goal fast, that'll make it go a lot faster. So brain dump your list, get out there and message them and help them get signed up. And I know I have a sneak peek coming up. That's not for another 2 weeks, so it's a little bit past your date. But if you've got some hesitant people, you can definitely add them in there. Or if your sponsor coach is having a sneak peek, those are good ideas. And I think that's about all. I'm trying to remember. I think so. My sneak peek. Oh, Ginny's got one. Perfect. Next Monday for her coaches. Awesome. Sneak peeks are fun. It just gives people a little more info. Or I send them like webinars. If I don't have a sneak peek going on, I'll kind of send them a quick little webinar that I made or your sponsor coach made about Beachbody coaching. Or I'll just type it out, send them a voice message, jump on the phone, kind of explain what I do. But just don't word vomit all over them, because I've tried that and it doesn't work too. However, I did that to Virginia and she still signed up. But she was like one of my first coaches. Thankfully, she trusted in me. I don't know why. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did do a Skype, did I? Oh, see, I don't even remember these things. Apparently I did a Skype. You can do that too. What is this? Zoom is free, actually. I do the paid account just to do it, host more people, but you can even do like free Zoom calls too. It's really good. And I was going to say something else and I totally forget. Be confident too. You know, if you signed up one day before somebody, you know more than them because you know how to sign up. So you can sign them up, right? So you know more than them already, so don't get nervous. And there's so much training in our team, whether Virginia's your sponsor coach or I am or whoever is, we have so much training. You know that your new coaches, if you're not hosting your own new coach training yet, they're going to have tons of options that you can help them get started in. So don't get nervous that way either. Okay, good. I'm going to stop talking. Any last questions before we close it out? No. Okay, if you do, just post it below our Emerald post in the team group or whatever, the graphic or whatever I posted, and we can answer them there. And we'll wrap it up. I can't wait to see some announcements of some new Emerald coaches in the next week or two. Awesome. Okay, have a good night, ladies. Thanks for joining me.